Hi all, right, back with more of the other side of the hill solo. This is my part 40 now. 40, 40 parts, and we're only in 1943. Just not long started 1943 actually. Okay, yeah, and I think if you watch that last part, you see why things do take so long, because Greg can't make his mind up and he faffs about and just doesn't get on with it and whatever. But I will say that's how I enjoy doing things. But I dare say it's hard work for what you used to watch. Even some of you that are maybe used to some of my stuff, like it's maybe hard going. I can understand if some of you skip on by a little bit and whatever. But anyway. It's mainly about me enjoying the game, but I do wish I could speed up a bit and make my mind up more. This is why I play games solo. I've said before that I think, would you like to sit and play a game like this with me, with all the time that I'm taking? And remember, I pause the camera quite a lot as well. So anyway, enough of that. Okay, so I will say though, there's all really tough decisions in the game, isn't there? It's really hard, and I sort of feel like if I played the game again, I would want to go back and play it more like how history went and not take, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Spain, and just take what the Germans took and then protect it as best as you could. Because that's what it's about, isn't it? I sort of wish now that we were just, I think I said it, either, or maybe in Turkey or Greece. See, but they can land in Greece, they can land in Turkey, they can land in all these areas, can't they? But sort of part of me feels, then again, they can come up this way into southern Italy and northern Italy and then get into these areas too. They don't need to come around in this way, Grant. So I don't know, I just sort of feel maybe that the thing is, if I sort of put my defence in Turkey and they land in the one slot, we get shoved back. At least if I maybe stood my ground in Greece, they're only going to land in Athens, so we're going to have Salonika, which is rough. So that's probably where you should make your stand, I think. Maybe in Greece. However, look, Turkey links up to Romania, Bulgaria, so they can go up and attack in there as well. Yeah, it's difficult to get everything right in this game, I think, but that's what makes it a challenge, eh? Right, well, we'll just plod on and see how we do. Like I say, the first time playing the game, I'm enjoying it, so that's what it's all about, eh? Okay, so 1943 winter operations phase about to start, and strategic warfare to kick off. Now, unfortunately, although we unlocked that box, we've not been able to. I want to say our strategic warfare value was at 2 as well, yeah, but it wasn't unlocked at the time. The timing of that just didn't allow us. However, it's going to be 3 dice, one of which is going to be grey. So a grey and 2 whites for us. This grey and 2 whites, and then we're going to draw a combat card. Now, it's the last combat card on the deck here. So, so we're going to draw a card. Yeah, strategic warfare. Now, this is 1943 now, so I might step up a gear. Well, I think this is a pretty decent card. Card number 4, so yeah, it's the lower the better, isn't it? A pretty decent card, but even 1943 is 2. You can see if the previous 2 years it was only 1 dice for them. So 2 dice for them. But remember, the Americans are in the war now, so the stars and the aircraft count as hits for them. 1943 strategic warfare, 2 dice. Right, so that's the last of the combat cards, so give me a second, I'll shuffle them up. It's a nice fresh combat deck. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Well, there's good cards and there's bad cards in there, isn't there? Right, so 2 dice for them, 3 for us, 1 grey and 2 white for us. But they do you feel like they still do have the advantage. I think we got a good result last time. So we don't want to see stars or aircrafts for them. So, and the only thing that works for us is the hat, isn't it? Is that not right? Yeah, it's just the hat for us. So kind of up against it here. Here we go. Well, they've got an aircraft, but they've got a tank. That's one each in it. That was unfortunate because they got a tank. Well, I suppose we got lucky in the fact that they only got the one hat. They only got the one hat. We got the one hat. Oh, we do get the event though, don't we? Yuck. Aye, okay. So it's one hit each, but we need to resolve the event first. So it'll be no effect. Yeah, because the guns doesn't count. Let's say it's only hits for us. For them, it's aircraft and the star that hits for them. So one each, no effect, but we're going to draw a strategic event card. So the first one of 1943. So here we go. Right, Ploste, bombed. Right, we've got a misfortune. Ploste bombed. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. So misfortune. That's all. This is a one-off card. Roll 2 Western dice. If at least one aircraft result is rolled, move a replacement marker 1 box to the left in the production table. Oh my, that's not good. But I'll do that first. Well, I'm not sure what you need to resolve first. So let's roll for the misfortune. No. Let's do this first because we get that out of the way. If we happen to get a hit with the misfortune, then we're going to be looking through generals and all that. So let's deal with the event first. Roll 2 Western dice. At least one aircraft result is rolled. Move a replacement marker 1 box to the left in the production table. Okay, that's going to be yuck. We don't want that. Right, we know the result of this. It's 1 hit each. Well, you know what? I'll bring the 2 dice out. We're going to roll 2 blue dice, aren't we? 2 Western dice. Right, no aircraft, please. Or it's not good. And then we get 1. Okay, Well, either knocking our Luftwaffe or strategic warfare is 0, or having to take our Wehrmacht replacements down, which I don't want to do. I mean, our strategic warfare's not taking a hit here. It is no effect. That's not to say throughout the season it might take a hit, but so I'm tempted to drop the strategic warfare replacements to 0. I think I have to do that, don't I? Yeah. I actually wonder now if maybe I should have put that to 0 actually and left that at 2. Well, if that's the case, we would be sitting at what we're sitting at now because we would have to drop that to 1, wouldn't we? And I think about it now, I suppose I was hoping I was unlocking that 4 box and thinking, yeah, let's get it up to 4. But even 4 dice against like, so they're 2, and like I say, that was a good card. I could see them getting 3 dice, possibly in the strategic warfare, and 4 our dice against 3 of theirs. I still feel like they maybe got a bit better advantage. Anyway, right, okay, we'll take the hit there. That was bad. Right, then we've got the misfortune. So we're going to roll 6 is 7.3. That was handy, I'll flip to that. Right, so we're going to roll a grey die here. And this is where we don't want a hit. There we go. And we get 1 of them as well. Right, this is a bad start to things. Right, so we're going to get a misfortune. So let's remind ourselves of that. Well, yeah, it's just you're looking through all your generals, aren't you? And there's, well, we've not done anything yet, so there's 30 of them. Right, hang on. Right, okay, so quick look at our in-command generals just to see. No, it's all down the bottom in this box. Right, there's 1 there. Right, so this is 1941 onwards, and we're in 1943, so he can be considered. No, and no. Who's that? Adolf Strauss. He's only useful when attacking. So he's in command, and then we've got a big bunch of available generals. So I'll not go through these on camera. I'll pick them out. Hang on. Right. Okay. There was only two. There's one other one that's 1944, which obviously isn't quite there yet. So we've got Friedrich Paulus, 1943, captured. I'm assuming this was the historical accurate. You know, this is what happened to him. Might be wrong, but so he's useful in attacking on the Soviet anti-river. So maybe not such a bad one to lose. The other guy's this again, captured from 1943. Now he looks better. He's only against the Western, but he's attacking or defending, you know. So we've got him, or we've got Adolf Strauss, who's the one that's in command. So I think I'm rolling these randomly. So I'm just going to put. I'll just double check that it is random, but I'm just going to put a die roll 1, 2 on him, 3, 4 on him, 5, 6 on him. Just going with seniority there. Let me just double check though. That's what we're doing. If there is only one eligible, select him. If there is more than one eligible general, select one at random. And then you remove his marking card from play. If the marker was an AG head or OB head box on the map, replace it with a vacancy marker. Well, Strauss is the only one he's out there somewhere. I'm not sure where. We would get a vacancy there. So he's on a 1-2, Paulus on a 3-4, and the other guy on a 5-6. So we're definitely losing one of them. There we go. That's a 1. That is going to be Strauss. It's a rotten roll. So Adolf Strauss was the first one out of the selection. I'm just going to put these other guys back. These were available. So Adolf Strauss. Where is he? Yeah, he's up in Baltic States. Attacking into any. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? Because we actually. Did I not just put him in there recently, or is up here? Because am I not right in thinking that I'm thinking that's where I'm doing my military directive, local offensive, and I'm going to do it up in there. And it was attacking into any. May reroll 1 die. Yeah, that was good. Ugh. Well, we're going to get to put another general in there. So anyway, he's gone. He's been captured. Now that was a misfortune, so I'm putting them in a separate pile up there. And there's 2 that have went to misfortune. And we need a vacancy marker in there as well. Yeah, that wasn't so good actually. I was saying I wasn't fussy about him going, but I think I was. I think that was quite useful. Attacking into any, he was doing something. I think it was re-roll the Axis combat roll, or re-roll a die in Axis combat roll or something like that. Right. Anyway, okay. So that's the event resolved. We've done that, which went against us. We've done that, went against us. That card's now done. Won't be back. And then we resolve the strategic warfare. 1 hit each, no effect. Okay. So, not the best start to everything, was it? Right, on to movement. Right, okay. Well, I know I'm going to move. Right, I've got nothing in the Middle East at all. So, or was I going to move this into here? I think that was the plan, wasn't it? I think I was going to move this into here and that into here. I mean, we can't get anything else from anywhere, you know. All these satellite armies up there are in partisan areas. Spain, well, we're just persevering, hanging on, being stubborn, I guess, is probably more like the word to use. And, well, we're going to get attacked in here, Grant. I think my idea was to move that army, that down, and then that down, to give them at least something. I mean, if they land in here, they're going to land in Messina, which knocks us back. But remember, we do get time when they land. That Carlos reminded me of that we do have an opportunity before they get to attack, because they get a no offensive marker in there. So I think, yeah. So operational movement. Are we doing anything else? Well, Southern Front operational movement. We've got 4. It's at 4. We've got 4 movement points. So I'm going to move this now. This is not partisan. So I'm going to move that from there to there. And I'm going to move that from there to there, I think. So that's 2 movement. Yeah, I'm not doing anything else. I suppose you could switch out one of these for a yellow, but yeah, I think I decided just to defend here rather than go on the offensive. But I think my idea was to go. The local offensive was for the Baltic States. Well, clearly, God, I would have used Sonneborn Ada, wouldn't I, for this? So, but I suppose the local offensive card could be used for that. You don't need to pick it. I don't think I need to pick that right away. Well, in fact, that should have a pawn on it. But I don't think we don't place this pawn until the Axis offensive segment phase. I think that's right anyway. So I suppose I could change my mind there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to go up there. But now we need to fill that vacancy as well. So make sure we pick somebody that's going to do something there. Okay, so I think that's movement. That's movement in the southern. Movement in the western I'm not doing. So I'm going to do anything in the east. It's really just shimmying some armies about, but I don't think so. I've got my strongest army up there with the attack in mind. I mean, maybe it shouldn't be as strong as that. I've got 2 movement up there. I mean, I could switch one of the regular armies out for a reduced army, either in here or maybe here or here. This one's defending and rough. He's only getting 3 dice originally though, but defending and rough. This one's defending and rough, so I think I'm happy with that. And this one does have a regular army. I don't know. Maybe I should go for Hungary, because he's only getting 3 dice, but gets 1 for the rough. See, here's Grant can't make his mind up again. Yeah, I think I might do that actually. So yeah, it's okay. I was thinking you can temporarily overstack, but I wouldn't be overstacking here anyway. So I'm going to use 1 movement to here, and this is operational movement in the Eastern Front, and I'm gonna take that up to there. So I've just weakened the Baltic States slightly, but strengthened Hungary slightly. I mean, yes, I would have liked to have the 4th army in there, but well, that's why you shouldn't be in Egypt and Spain, Grant. Yep. Okay, so that's that, and I don't think there's going to be any strategic movement at all then. Don't think there's any need for that. No. Let's move on. Right, command. Now, nothing changed there as I was moving things about. So we have a vacancy in Turkey. Yeah, that's because I put a 2nd army in there. We didn't have 2 armies in there for... and then obviously the Baltic States lost its AG head, so that needs to be replaced. Spain still got a general, so is Egypt. Egypt's still got Rommel. Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to pick 2 generals here now. How's that one work again? Oh, hang on. Air movement, Grant. Oh, stop, step back. Forgot about air movement because I wanted to do this, didn't I? Does mean I'm taking this slight chance. It does mean that in Spain they're going to get an extra dice. I think I was willing to take this chance because, mind you, we're not going in the offensive here anymore. But we are going to be attacked in Turkey, Middle East, and Egypt. So, man, I get the feeling our air naval is going to get knocked out at the 5 and possibly the first combat, but at least that extra dice to start with. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this and take a chance in Spain, and in actual fact, you know, if I get knocked out of Spain, I get knocked out of Spain, you know. So, just stepping back there to air movement, I'm going to knock down my... now, hang on. No, you can't do the Germany boats, right? No, you can't knock it down. And I don't want to do the Eastern, because I don't want to get... Well, I know they don't get extra... that's the thing, they don't get extra dice. But it does mean any aircraft that they're over hits. Yeah, I'm going to take my chance, because we are defending rough in Spain as well. So I'm going to knock that down by 1. Back a sec. Right, sorry. Doorbell. Right, so I knocked that down to 1 to knock this up to 5. I don't know. Was that a good idea or not? Well, we are only going to have the 1 combat in the Western. So, kind of, yeah, okay. Right, so now on the command. Right, so we've got, what did we say, Baltic States and Turkey. So, how do we do that one again? Hey, now, is there any... No, there's nothing, nobody questioned at the moment. This is just the start of the year, right enough. So, no, there's no questioned. So, moving on. Vacancies. So, one of the highest seniority generals in the available, or an activated or in command general with seniority equal to or higher than the highest seniority available. Right, the highest available is Willem List. He's a 7. We've only got the 1-7. So, he's attacking into rough. Yeah, see that guy. The guy we had up there was better, wasn't he? Turkey. Well, I'm not going to be attacking. No, well, I mean, you could attack into Iraq, but I think I decided that was silly, because when they land, if they land in there again, they just knock us out again. Maybe just put him in there. Is there anybody better that's in command? See, I feel like I maybe wouldn't mind somebody for the Baltic States, but if I use this guy first, it knocks me down to the 6. So if I chucked him in Turkey, then it would knock me down to the 6s, and there's quite a few of them. So, who would we have? Oh, I mean, right away, that guy's actually, I mean, that's attacking in rough or defending in any. Add +1 hit to that combat roll for a black die that is rolled. Well, we are going to attack with a black die, so remember, this is your AG head, Grant, so that's for the Western, that's for attacking. No. He's not any good on the attack. He wouldn't be the worst general to have as your AG head, would he? You got a chance of cancelling that reduction special effect, which we know there's a lot of them coming around, isn't there? Well, let me look at my activated stuff first, see if there's anybody that might that we can maybe switch over and put into the Baltic states. I was just... I mean, there's two here. I've got Feder von Bock. Now, these are one we need to be careful with, especially with the Prima Donna, which we've messed up before. But he's only for attacking. Attacking into any will cancel the air, you know. It's only when attacking. But we are attacking at a river. The next area would be rough, so his Prima Donna effect wouldn't come into it. That's not brilliant. Then I thought, next one down, Von Manstein, I thought, oh, because he's really pretty good, and we've still not got him in the OB slot yet. In fact, I've not seen a card, or, hang on. Hi all. Right, that phone call ended the day for me, unfortunately. Well, it wasn't the phone call, but after that I had things I needed to do. So I'm just going to carry on from where I left off. I was just checking there. Hang on. Yeah, I was looking at Eric von Manstein and sort of thinking that he would be really good. Yeah, I think I was just about to mention we've not seen any reference to this OB Ostbox being coming available, but I don't know if it comes through an event. Certainly any of the cards, like the production cards of that, didn't allow us to unlock that, I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that. However, Von Manstein may have been a good option to change about, but he's a 6 seniority, and the highest we've got available is a 7, so I can't pick him anyway. And I don't think anybody else is there as well, so I think we're back. Yeah, I wish I'd maybe looked a bit more at that. I don't think I was considering anybody else, was I? Was there not somebody that jumped to me? Was it not a 9? Yeah, was it Von Bock? Yeah. But we know he's... in the Baltic States, he'll be attacking, but he won't be able to advance a second. Thing is, if he's up there, well, let's have a look at the area. So if we put Von Bock in there, and he attacks into Narva, so that's a river. But if that succeeds, he moves into the river. He then would have to advance the second sector if it was available. Well, that's rough, so he can't. That's rough, in fact, all of that. So actually, Von Bock wouldn't be a terrible idea up there. I mean, cancelling the air thing isn't the best, but it's still something. And just to have as an AG head. And then whereas Von Bock's here, so then you'd need to put somebody in there. That's the attack into Moscow. Yeah, see, attacking into planes. See, again, he's not going to get forced to advance anyway there, where he's sitting. However, yeah, that Willem List is attacking into Rough. Right, let me think about this and get this worked out. Right, okay, here's what I'm going to do, I think I am going to move Von Bock. There's probably not much in this, but we know we're going to make an attack in the Baltic States, so why not get somebody that's going to do something? I did think about putting Willem List in there, but he's attacking it in rough, so we wouldn't benefit there. However, if he did go there, the next 2 attacks would be into rough, assuming I went into Leningrad later on. But there's no guarantees I'm doing that. So I think I'm not going to put Willem List there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put him there once I move Von Bock, and then the first attack here, if we were to do the Moscow one, is into planes. However, there's 2 more attacks into that area that are rough, which Willem List would help with. Right, so let's do that. So I'm going to move Von Bock. Now, the reason we can do him is he's equal to or higher than our highest available. Highest available is a 7. He's a 9. So he's going to move from Belarus to there. So basically they're just going to switch over. Right? And then... where's the other area we need? Yeah, but I'm not going into Akaran Grant. So we want to find somebody better for there. So that's Von Bock. So he's still staying and available and in command.
And then I'm going to put... So, back looking at our availables, our highest is 7, and this is the guy I'm going to use. So I'm going to use Willem List to go in here. He's going to be in command there. Let's just find his marker. Right, there we go. So, Willem List. Maybe not focusing on there, but... Right. So he takes over in Belarus. Okay. So, and then finally, we have the AG head in Turkey. So now our highest is a 6. Again, we could look at the in-command ones, shift them about. But Turkey's just wanting to defend. We just want to defend in rough. I mean, there's quite a few generals already out there that are beneficial to defending in rough. But let's see if there's any of these 6s that might help with that first. Right, the only 2 of the 6s, this is defending in any, but it's add +1 hit to the Axis combat roll for every black die that is rolled. So that's, I mean, I could try and force the issue and get, but right now, at the moment, I wouldn't be able to benefit from that, because I've not got any Panzer armies in there. The other guy was this. Remember, it's the Western faction here that we're concerned with. That's why it was almost made a blunder and was looking at it Soviet-wise, but it's not. Cancel 1 air result in the Allied combat roll. So again, doing the same as what von Bock does. He's really the only one, unless we go back again looking at the in-command generals. Yeah, the only in-command general I've got... Well, I can't use him, actually, because he's a 5. I need to use something with at least a 6. He's the guy that's over in Spain, defending in rough, add 1 white die to that as his combat roll. So he's doing his thing across there anyway. So let's not mess with him. So, yeah, so I'm going to take this guy, Karl Heinrich von Stuppenagel. So Western faction, either attacking or defending in any, cancel 1 air result in Allied combat roll. The special is when dismissed or removed from play, add +1 to unrest, right? Remember that one. So he's going to go in command in Turkey. He's actually one of the dissidents, so that's not good. Because obviously an equal roll on the die, he's only got a confidence of 1. Oh, he's definitely getting dismissed then if he gets questioned. Isn't he? Because he's the dissident, even an equal roll is going to dismiss him. So maybe not the best. Yeah, when you know you're going to be up against it there, but... Oh, let's just go with it. I'm not going to look more into it. I've done enough of this already. Right, that's everybody. Now, we do have that option again to replace anybody. What is it? With anybody that's higher than they're available or something. I can't remember. My tablet's just booting up. I just updated it, so... well, you could open the rule book, Grant. Yeah, so it's that important rule. Once all vacancies have been removed, any personnel may replace 1 general marker, and an AG head or OB box with the marker of one of his generals with a higher seniority factor. Von Wiechs we've got up there as the OB in the West. I think he's just when attacking, isn't he? Yeah, attacking into rough. Yeah. I don't think I would move anyone. The new commanding general may come from any of the head personnel species. Yeah, it needs to go with a marker of one of his generals with a higher seniority factor. Yeah, it needs to be a higher one than what's out there. What he is, I think. Right, I'm not going to do that. Let's move on. Right, so next, well, that's this command. So next, we're in the Axis offensive. Okay. Right, well, we do have an offense. We do have a military directive card. Local offensive. So, we need to do something with that. Right, well, we know what we're doing. We're going to go for Baltic states. let's come back. Good. I couldn't get my Secrets of Play cards up for some reason on my tablet, so it's working now. So that was a command segment. Right, so place combat pawns. Oh, I've just realised something, which I'm sure everybody else realised a while back. Oh, you goat, Grant. Well, at least you'll not get affected there. That's silly. It's winter, the air naval control doesn't benefit you. Oh well. So I definitely, I wouldn't have, I don't think I would have reduced that to 1. I mean, they're not going to benefit in Spain as well, but I wouldn't have reduced that to 1. It's maybe not too bad, but I might have had that at 3, possibly. I might have moved that one to 3 and just left that down at 4. And had that at 1 even. Because it's all, the only thing that's relevant if they happen to roll aircraft results, because they count as hits. But they're not getting any extra dice, but neither are we getting any extra dice for this. Oh well, not to worry. Okay, so yeah, if I don't place a combat pawn, we reduce fanaticism value by 1 and discard the military directive card. So I'm still going to be doing that. Right, so we're going to go for Bollock States, aren't we? Let's just do that. Moved about. So we've only got 1 pawn, and it does say any area. There's a card here, and then after objective, this goes back into the deck, and what we need to do is take an allied control sector adjacent to an Axis control disk, and I assume, yeah, I mean taking Narva completes that objective, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that goes there, and well, we're just going to go in there, aren't we? Right, let's start. So we know there's going to be a combat, but we do need to draw a combat card. Right, it's a fresh deck of combat cards. So this is Soviet faction defending in 1943. Soviet faction on the defense. Oh my gosh. Card 20. Come on, really? A reduction in 4 dice. Oh my. Oh, that's bad. How are we going to succeed here? A reduction in 4 dice. That's on the defense in 1943. Yeah, that is indeed. Okay. That's not a good start. Right, well this could be nice. Well, I mean, if we fail, remember, I think the generals get questioned, don't they? Okay, so our generals are, well, we've no OB, and we put Von Bock up there, so let's get him out. He is going to help a little bit. So attacking into Soviet faction, attacking into any, cancel 1 of the red air results if we had to get 1. Thing is, this isn't down at, well, it's still good to cancel it. It'll help a little bit. Right, I'm hoping I can get a leading general to do something here. So that's him. Now we select a leading general from highest or second highest, and lower than Von Bock. Yeah, that's a tricky bit. That's when you start, when I'm putting 6s out there, because I think now I've got a 5 in Spain, so it's going to be difficult. In fact, I don't think I'm going to get to pick a leading general in Spain. And we've got Rommel and Von Manstein out there that are 6s. Did I not put another 6 out? Yeah, I did that. Stupenagel. Well, I'm accessing 6s and 5s at the moment, so at least the guy in Spain won't get a leading general. Right, so we've got Von Bock. So let's see between, well, the 6s and the 5s who I can bring along to help with this horrible situation. And remember, we're going to take a reduction to start with. That reduction is going to be the loss of the Panzer Army. Yeah, that is, because we've got regular armies in the first pool. So at least we're going to keep our 4 dice, you know. Right, let me find a leading general. Right, I've got 2 pretty good options. I think the second one that I came across is better. Got this guy, so Soviet faction, attacking into any. If there are 2 reduced armies in the combat area, roll 1 grey die instead of 1 white die in the Axis combat roll. So we've got, remember, we're going to take a reduction. I can't stop that. That Panzer army is going to become a regular. We're going to have 2 reduced armies. So my take on that is we're going to roll 1, 2, 3. We'll roll 3 grey die and a white die instead of 2 grey and 2 white. However, this guy is better. He's clearly better. Soviet faction attacking in a river, and that's what we are doing, and it's just straight up add +1 hit to the Axis combat roll. So I'm pretty sure I'm going with this because we want this to succeed. We're up against it here. We then got 4 dice. It's not in planes, so tanks aren't going to count. Remember, we're attacking, so our guns don't give us any extra hits. So yeah, we're going to be rolling 4 and getting +1 hit, and they're going to be rolling 4. And we can cancel air hits. Right, yes, okay. I'm going to take Frederick Paulus as our leading general. Attacking into river. Right. Okay, that's us got our generals. So we're going to roll. Right, remember we can cancel 1 air hit. No, hold on. The special effect was take a reduction. Right, so I have to reduce that Panzer army to a regular. Unfortunately. And then they're going to get 4 dice. Like I say, we can cancel 1. So we'd like to see 1 air hat. In fact, maybe even a couple. Don't mind that getting reduced. Well, mind you, you've got to defend. You've got to defend in all these areas. So I'd probably like to just see 1 air hat. Right, it's the red dice crap. So they're getting 4. So tanks don't do nothing, hits. Right, here we go. 4 dice. Well, it's not great. It's 3 hits. Right, so we cancel this with Von Bock. Well, let's just bring them out just now, Grant. Right, well, we've got to roll a dice now anyway. Right, so we are going to be able to cancel the air hit. They've got 3 hits, so we need 4 hits here. We're getting 1 to start with from Paulus, and we're rolling 4 dice. So 3 of these need to be hits. Oh my! Right, so it's 2 grey and 2 white. Nothing else that I'm getting out of this. No, we're getting 1 hit. So 2 grey, 2 white. 3 of these need to come up hits. So you're really looking for the 2 greys to be hits, and hopefully 1 of the whites can come up. Well, I really need this. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Oh, I don't want to see. Oh, yes, we've got it. Yes, I needed 1 of the whites and 2 of the greys. Yeah, okay, we're good. Right, so Fedor von Bock cancels 1 air hit. So that gets taken away. That's a nothing. However, Paulus, we add +1 hit to the Axis combat roll. So we'll just use that white dice to give us another hit. No events, no effects to look at. Tally up the hits. We've got 4, they've got 3. Remember, tanks aren't. It's not planes. So now they were defending in river. Air naval control doesn't count as winter anyway. There's no +1s there. No, right, all good. Paratroops with it's winter as well. We're done with our paratroops, aren't we? They're gone. Right, and it's 2 hits for tanks just in planes, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we got away with that. So that's good. That's the worst card out of the way, card 20. So we succeed in our attack. So what happens? We advance. If the next sector is plains or river and does not contain a landing marker, may take 1 reduction to advance again. And this is where we would be forced to advance again because of Von Bock. But we advance into Norva, taking that away. This isn't a resource, is it? No. Taking that away, and let's say we would be forced to advance into here if we could, but it's rough, so that's fine. So next reductions, well, actually that becomes our control again. So that's us sitting. Let's hope we don't get that counter attack event again in this turn at least, so we can at least complete. Well, mind you, I can't do Barbarossa to the summit, but and now gives you the option to maybe look at the other ones, because you've got 2 areas now in the Soviet Union. We've got the Baltic States and Belarus. Well, at the moment anyway. So successful. Right, combat card can go away. Nice to see that 20 card 20 is away. Von Bock goes back in command. Paulus goes away. He done his job. He did do indeed. And that's that, right, and we'll come to see a bit of local offensive in a bit, hopefully. Okay, that was our offensive, western offensive. Now what I'll do is I think I'll do the western offensive, and then maybe, because I had 25 minutes before, so that's about 45 minutes we're sitting at, isn't it? Right, let's do the western offensive. Right, so there's no landings. Just throwing back here. Yeah, I mean, there is a landing markers and a landing box. However, it is winter, so no landings occur, so we don't draw a card for that. And then, yeah, we're just going to place our western pawns, disputed areas. We have Spain, and we have Egypt. And then adjacent areas, we have, I was forgetting there's going to be more, aren't there? So we've got Turkey, and we've got Middle East, which is adjacent to both Iraq. Both of them are adjacent to Iraq and Iran. See, in this situation with us, well, our cards dictate what we can attack, can't we? And yeah, our card could say areas 13 to 17, shall we say. Then I'm just talking, if roles were reversed here and this was our area and these two were adjacent, I'm saying that we wouldn't be able to attack both. That's not true. If you were given 2 combat pawns and being able to select between both these areas, we could easily put one in there and one in there, couldn't we? So it is doable. It's just that allies obviously automatically get to attack anything that's adjacent. But yeah, it's done differently. That's fine. That's how it goes. Right, there's nothing else. So Spain, yeah, on the western side of things, that's our 4 areas. So one of these is in the western. That's the one that's going. Yeah, I'm not benefiting from extra dice anyway. Okay, I think I'll just do Spain, because I actually might just do Spain and then maybe call the video apart actually, because we've got 3 of these still to do. So okay, so let's do Spain first. Well, there might not be combats here. That's true. So this one's more important. I don't know. I think just do Spain. Right. So we're gonna draw a card. Back to that again. So draw a combat card. This is Western faction attacking in 1943. So Western 1943 attacking. It's card number 12, so it's sort of midway. It's not very good. So 1943 attacking, they get 2 air, which I don't need to roll anyway because it's sitting at 1, and then they're going to get 3 dice. That is right, isn't it? We don't need to roll that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't show in my sequence of play cards, but I know that is the case, Grant. I'm still feeling the need to look it up. Yeah, there it's there, page 27. If their naval control value is in the combat's front is 1, there is no effect. So there's no point in me rolling the 2 dice. So they're going to get 3 dice.
And now we need to activate our generals. Right, so we do have an OB, but he's not any good. Weeks in the West. Yeah, you don't get any benefit from any OB in the West. I don't know why that was, but anyway, it's obviously means something. And then, so we've got von Vietinghoff as our AG head. There's he. There he is. Right, yeah, that's the problem here is she's a fat. Yeah, we're not going to get a leading general, are we? I said that. And that's the downside to having these. But like to argue the case again, at least he's doing something sitting there. He's adding 1 white dice. If I've got a 7 general that's doing nothing in there, then okay, I'm going to get a leading general that's going to do something. And I'm going to get to pick from them, so fair enough. But at least he's rolling me 1 extra white dice. Which I think is pretty good. And we're in rough, so we're getting 4 dice out of it. Anyway, here's our AG head. So now we would have to pick between our highest or second highest. So we've got 6s or 5s. However, it also needs to be lower than Vietinghoff, who's a 5. So I can't pick a leading general. So yeah, this is where it shows that it's not good to have the lower ones. But again, I think my argument to it is sometimes is okay. I mean, I suppose if I started looking at the 6s and 5s now, I might find somebody that's going to do something even better. But then rolling 1 extra white dice, so maybe that's the case. Right, so that's us got our generals. We would be rolling 2 air checks here, but there's no point because it's at 1. So now we're in allied combat roll. Now the fact it's at 1, they would normally get an extra dice, but it's in the winter, so no. Now we are defending rough, but that's not affecting their die roll, so they're going to roll 3 dice. It was 3, wasn't it? Yeah, 1943, 3. So remember, aircraft results here are going to count as hats because it's down in the 1 box. So, and we're going to roll 4 dice. Here we go. It's not in planes, it's in rough. Yeah, well, that's going to be 3 hits, isn't it? Because of the air. That's a little bit annoying because I think I would have had the air at 2 right now if I'd realised that if I'd remembered it was winter, but yeah, man. Right, so to have a victory here, we're going to have to roll 4 hats. Right, so we get 1 grey and 1 white for the 2 armies. We get 1 extra white for von Vietinghoff, and we get 1 extra white for being Roth. So 3 whites and a grey. Yeah, and we need 4 hits. We are defending though, so the guns. We need the guns. Come on. Oh, that's horrible. Oh my, that's really bad. We're in trouble now. No rerolls. So unless these combat events are going to do anything amazing for us, we're in a bit of bother, I think. Okay. So there are the results. That goes away, it does nothing. The air hat wouldn't reduce the air because it's at 1, so it becomes a hat. And we've got 2 events and 1 hit, so it's 3 hits to 1. We could do with something helpful in this combat event. Right, well, we're going to get 2 of them, so let's draw the first one first and see what we get. Operation Chastise. It's just a one-off event here. Roll 1 Western die if the result is an air hat. Move 1 replacement marker 1 box to the left in the production table. Do we not just have this? Or something very similar to it? Was that just roll 1 dice? Yeah, it was Ploste bombed, wasn't it? That was a strategic event, which done the same. I rolled 2 of the dice. So this one just rolling 1. Well, at least it's only rolling 1. Let's
It's not going to help anything with us here. So roll 1 Western die. If it's an air result, we're going to get our replacement marker down again. There we go. Let's hope not for. Oh, good. Right. So no. So that's it. Operation Chastise is done. It just goes away. Okay. Right, so that resolved one of our combat events. We've got one more to do, which I'm going to do now. Could do with something that tells us we're getting an extra hit, I think. Okay, so here we go. It's one of the ones in the blue. So, oh, it's a Partisans one. Oh, well, mind you, this is again the Western faction, so maybe we'll get away with this. There's nothing saying that, Grant. This is the one that gets cancelled with... What was it again? Did we take that card? There it's there. We've got it in our hand. Set this card aside. So obviously, if I'd played this, set this card aside. Next time in combat event, Russian Partisans is played. Discard both cards. But we needed to control 2 areas in the USSR, which we do actually at the moment. But yeah. Well, we couldn't play it anyway, and it was 3 cost as well. So I'm guessing this is going to be a bad card. So if the Slav Cooperation Political Directive card has been played, we would discard this. That's what we just looked at. That's not. Roll 1 Soviet die for every area in the USSR where there is at least 1 Axis army. Apply 1. No. Oh my, that's horrible. Well, if that counter-attack card is the worst of the deck, this has got to be runner-up, I think. Roll 1 Soviet die for every area in the USSR where there is at least 1 Axis army. Apply. Well, we've only got 2 areas, haven't we? So it could have been worse. Us getting this later on when we've maybe taken more of the USSR, but well, I can't see us doing an awful lot of that. But it's going to come. It will go back to the new year as well. Right. So roll 1 Soviet die for every area in the USSR where there is at least 1 Axis army. Right. So we've got Baltic states. Now it's saying for every 1. Roll 1 Soviet die for every area in the USSR. Well, they are still areas in the USSR. I'm just thinking, well, we control these areas now. But they are areas in that country, so we've got 1 in the Baltic states, 1 in Belarus. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no armies in here, none in here, nor here, nor here, nor here. Yeah, and Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary are their own countries, so they're not part of the USSR. Right, so I'm going to roll for... I'll just do top to bottom. I'll do Baltic states first, then Belarus. You'll 1 for every area. Right, and if we get a hit, apply 1 reduction in every area where a hit result is rolled. Right, hang on a second then. Both the areas, if we roll, we're going to have to lose a reduced army for the first one. Nah, but it depends. If you don't roll no hit, if you don't roll a hit in the first one, Grant, it probably doesn't matter which one. We're both defending in river. List might be a better AG head. No, he's attacking as well. So both the AG heads there aren't really good. Well, Belarus is a resource country, whereas Baltic states is not. So ideally we want Belarus to stay stronger. It's just that if I get a hit in the first one, it's going to be the removal. Whereas if I got a hit in the second one, I would be able to reduce. So I think I'm better doing Baltic states first. Again, if I don't get a hit here, then it could make no difference, right? Rolling a red die, yeah. Right, don't want to see a hit. Here, this is for the Baltic states. Excellent, no. Right, one more of them. Right, so now we're rolling for Belarus. Don't want to see a hit. Oh, 2 tanks. Oh, was the first one an aircraft. Anyway, it wasn't a hit. Right, but we got away with that. Which is just as well because we're Well, we're in trouble with this combat. Well, it's not up here, it's way down in Spain. Right, so that Partisans card, you can see it is pretty nasty, so let's just have a look at it. Then it goes into the new year. So, combat events for the next year. Okay, go in there. So that'll come back. Okay, so now, well, that takes care of the second event. So then we've got to tally up the hits, and unfortunately, Axis is the defender, isn't it? Oops, what have I done there? Right, hang on, sorry. Axis is the defender, so they've got 3 hits. Remember, that counts as a hit to our 1. So it's 1 reduction, 1 retreat for every hit in the difference. So we've got 2 hits of a difference. And if we retreat, flip activated head and lead in general. If more than 1 retreat, flip the head OB. Right, so we're going to take 2. Right, so if 1 retreat or 2 reductions, yeah, so we're going to get that, aren't we? Unfortunately. We're going to get our generals questioned. Both of them. Right, so I can take the dice away. We know the difference is 2. Well, I don't want to retreat, actually, do I? I mean, we're going to lose a... Hey, no, we've already lost that resource grant. As soon as it becomes disputed. But if I retreat, I'm retreating back into southern France. Which is in Marseille, which is a plains area as well. I suppose I try and hold on. Or do I? Oh, the thing is, our first retreat, our first reduction is going to lose the reduced army. I think I'm going to hang on. Because I don't want to retreat to areas, because then that puts me back in Metz. And we don't benefit from fortresses either, I don't believe. So, right, okay. So I'm going to take two reductions. First reduction has to be this, because there's no reduced armies in the force pool. Second reduction is going to replace that with the reduced army that I just put in the force pool. And that's our 2 reductions. And because of that, we're going to flip von Vietinghoff, who's the AG head, and we're going to... Oh, no, it's just him. Yeah, because we didn't have a lead in general. So it's just von Vietinghoff that's getting questioned. Right, combat's over. We didn't retreat, so we held on there, sort of. Von Vietinghoff, his card... Oh, no, he's... No, I'll just leave him. I'll leave him back in command. I don't know, I suppose I was putting them up there if they were questioned, wasn't I? This might confuse me a little bit. But I'll leave the marker on the AG head slot, because then that would throw me. I wouldn't remember who was who. Well, that card's done. That's combat over. It was 2 there and 3 dice, yeah. So that didn't go very well. That was our dice roll in there, though. Right, I think I will call that now. That's 38 minutes with that. I was looking up more stuff there. And I've got 3 more combat still to check for over on the southern front. Yeah, and that's 38 minutes on top of the 25. So, yeah, we're over an hour now. Okay, I'll leave it there, and we'll come back to doing the other combat checks next part. I'm hoping it might be today still. It's just early morning at the moment, so hoping to get another chance today, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Okay, cheers.